So coming into a comfortable position, sitting with the spine straight, elongating the spine, and squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back and then relax. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and then just drop them. And you can bring your hands in chin mudra with your thumb and your forefinger touching and the remaining 3 fingers out wide. In your hand, you can have your palms facing up or down, whatever comes naturally to you. The chin is parallel to the floor. And again, making sure the spine is nice and straight. So we'll do a body scan. And I'll name different parts of the body. And when you come around these parts, and if there's any tension there, try and deliberately relax it if possible. Might be, might not be, but that's okay. So bring your attention to your feet, to your calves and shins, knees and the kneecaps, thighs, buttocks, chest, abdomen, chest, shoulder area, the back, the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back, the shoulders, shoulder blades, the hands, palms of the hands, the fingers, the wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, and back to the shoulders, the neck. If you need to make slight movement to just adjust your pose, go ahead. To your jaw, to your mouth, releasing your tongue from the palate. Bit of room between the teeth, upper teeth and lower teeth. Lips gently closed. Cheeks relaxed, nose relaxed, eyes relaxed, eyes relaxed, forehead relaxed, forehead relaxed, and ears, and the whole body is relaxed. So mentally scanning the body, whether it's straight, whether you need to pull yourself up with whatever movement you need to do. And now we'll do some breath awareness at the base of the nostrils, feeling the air going in through both nostrils to the point between the eyebrow center at the tip of the triangle. So staying with that breath awareness at the base of the triangle as the air goes in, feeling the air through both nostrils and meeting at the point between the eyebrows in the middle of the head. So staying with that breath. And every time you breathe, staying with that form, with that shape of the triangle. You can also feel the air going in. So the temperature of the air as it goes in through both nostrils. And then as it goes out, it might be a little bit warmer. So next time your attention goes to the tip of the triangle, in between the eyebrow center and in the middle of the head, just leave your attention there and let go of that breathing. So now we'll chant Om 3 times to tune in to our practice. sahaviryam karavavahay tejasvinavaditamastu avitvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. So welcome everyone. We're going to have a bit of a mixture of class today, so we're going to do quite a lot of standing poses. So just adjust as we go on. So before we do that, I was going to talk through today one of the breathing practices, which is the ocean's breath. And so I will explain this, and for those of you who haven't done it with me before, and even if you have done it before, it might still be good to listen to the instructions, and it takes a little bit of what it is we're going to make a little bit of a constriction through the throat, so we control the amount of air that's going in. So what you're imagining is that the throat is like this, and then with the constriction here, we're almost creating a bit of a funnel, so that the air goes in slowly through the funnel rather than just going in just like that. So so I will just demonstrate what it sounds like first, and then I'll explain step by step. So it sounds like this. So I might come a little bit closer maybe. So so I'm now exaggerating what it sounds like, just so you can hear properly. But when you're doing it in real life, then you are kind of wanting to, it should be audible just to you, and to your partner 2 meters away will probably not be able to hear it, okay? So, so that's how it should be. And we will start practicing it with the mouth open first, and then we will do it with the mouth closed. So when we'll do the out breath first, and it's almost imagining that you want to create a mist on a mirror. So it's that kind of sensation. So it goes like this. I'll do it with my mouth open. So imagine on a cold morning, you just want to create a mist on the mirror. So just try that. So it's the ha. So try it a few more times. And now try it with your mouth shut. So we'll take a little bit of getting used to, but and a little bit of practice. So there will be this video that you can watch again, so to make sure that you understand what's going on. So now I'm going to do the breathing in. It's almost we're doing the ho sound. So it's almost, so I'm doing it with mouth open now. So can try with the ho sound. And then you can try it with the mouth closed. So it's not in the nose, it's in the throat. It's not a snoring sound either. So sometimes beginners might be tempted to kind of do a snoring sound in the nose. So just be mindful of that. It will take a little bit of getting used to. Okay, so now we will do it with the mouth open, both the inhalation and the exhalation. So with the inhalation, it goes like this, ho, and then with the exhalation, it goes, imagining that you are steaming that mirror. So if we were doing it individual, well, live, I would be coming round and I would be listening to each one of you, and I can't do it today, and unfortunately. But if you haven't done it with me before and not sure, at the end of the class, I can have a listen and offer some suggestions if you're not sure you've got it. So now try it with the mouth closed. So again, imagining this ho sound and this ha sound. Okay, so we're going to leave it here for now, just to get the hang of it, and we'll do a few breaths at the end of the class. So as everything else, it takes a little bit of practice. So this is called the ujjayi breathing sometimes, and it's also called well, the kids that we teach call it the Darth Vader breath. So if you know what I'm talking about, and also it's sometimes referred to as the ocean's breath because it makes that noise of the ocean, of the waves coming in and out. So, and it is really a very good calming breath, really, really good to do. And also, if you're suffering from insomnia or want to get to sleep quicker, that helps quite a lot. And also, it helps to calm us down. So, and for a while, I found it really useful to, when we get up in the morning, sometimes we just kind of get up and go, and with 1 million things to do. So sometimes what I do is when I get up from bed and my feet are on the floor, I just kind of do 5 ocean's breath to just set the tone for the day, that things don't have to be rushed, it can be done nice, and it just sets up that little routine in the morning. So try it and see what you think, and if it's with practice, it's going to be a breath that you can put in your yoga toolbox to calm you down, and to use it for insomnia, and to also it helps with concentration. And as we progress, I will be teaching some meditation practices as well, that we can use this breath to help us meditate as well. So it's worth practicing in your own time. Okay, so now enough of me talking. So now we get moving. Okay, so we're going to do a few poses that none of us like. So we're going to come on the knees here, and then we're going to come on our toes. So we are we so like so we're just going to sit a little bit and put some weight on our. So I've got my toes curled like so, and just sitting here for a moment. So if this is too much for you, and here at this point, you can always just go a little bit forward and just take a little bit of support from the floor. But if you can, if your knees are all right, then just go ahead and do this. So you might find it's quite strong on the toes. And if it's too agonizing, you can just release the pressure a little bit by coming a little bit forward. But the idea is to strengthen the toes. So it's really a very good exercise to do. And our mobility in later life really depends on how strong our toes are. So when I started doing this, I just couldn't do it for like half a second or something like that. But with time, it builds up, and you can feel that this becomes a lot stronger. So for those of you who do physical exercise as well, this really helps. And then letting go of of this, and then putting your toes down and just let them relax for a moment. Okay. So we're just gonna, for those of you who can sit in this position, we carry on sitting in this position. You might want to put your pillow or a cushion underneath, just in between here, for a little bit of support if your knees need it. But if this is just a no-go area for your knees, then just sit in a cross-leg position. So we're just going to stay here for a little bit. So this position is called Vajrasana. And we don't do it very often, but it is a really good position to do, and you can feel the stretch here as well. And if this is feeling easy for you, you can just go back a little bit and feel that stretch a little bit more. And cyclists, runners might benefit from this stretch as well. And okay, so just staying here for a moment, or otherwise just stay in cross-legged position. So we will do a twist here as well. So bring, or if you want to do it with your in cross-leg, that's okay. So bringing the left hand on the right knee, bringing the right hand in front, looking at your middle finger, drop both shoulders, and then moving that right arm to the right, following it, and then just drop it. You can bring it to the waist, to the left waist, and then looking at your right shoulder. Again, if this sitting position is not good for you, you're in a chair, that's fine, or cross-legged is fine as well. And if you want to close your eyes in this position to make the practice a little bit more meditative, do so. But if you need the external stimulus, then of course, keep your eyes open. Your practice, you choose how you want it to be. And then releasing that arm from behind, and then coming forward and dropping. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. If you need to change your position at any point, change your sitting position. Don't put up with it. It's just something that we try and practice, but if it doesn't work for your body, then please don't do it. Right hand, left knee, left arm in front, looking at your middle finger, twisting slowly to the left, following your hand, your arms, and then just drop it there. You can bring it either to the waist, to the right waist, or if you're in cross-leg position, you can bring it on the floor behind you. So the back is nice and straight. You're looking over the left shoulder. And then coming back to the center, and then we're going to come up into a standing position. So if you want to just try that toe stretch again, go ahead. And then if you can come up in whatever way you like, so you can bring one knee in front and then coming up into standing. So if you need to just, if that feels a little bit strong on the legs, then do whatever it is that you need to do. Okay, so we're going to start by just giving some attention to our feet, so which we don't give enough attention to at times. So, so here, bringing your feet on the floor and trying to make sure that the weight is equally distributed. And then we're going to try and take a few, so make sure that you can take a few steps forward or back from where you are. And now we're going to go, so your feet are hip distance apart. So to know your hip distance apart, you bring your heel to your arch and then just turn. So now we're going to come on the outside of the feet, and then we're going to take a few steps backward or forward, just really trying to work all these muscles in the feet that we sometimes forget we have. Okay, so where you've got to, stay there. And then now we're going to turn in. So we're going to put the weight the inside of the feet. So, and then going forward. Right. And then stopping there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to leave the feet on the floor all the time, but we're just going to change. We're going to move forward first. You can leave your hands on the thighs, or if your arms are fine, you can bring your hands in front of you, shoulder height. So just going forward a little bit, weight on your toes here, but then the whole of the foot is on the floor. So just weight a little bit forward and then go back to the center. So we'll do that a few times, forward. So you're not coming all the way up, so the heels is up. So the heels are on the floor. So just feeling that balance. And now we're going to go back. So be careful. If you need to hold on to something, go ahead. So now we're going to go back a little bit on the heel. So just feeling yourself. Oops, you might make a little step back. So be careful, make sure you don't fall. And if you think that might happen, so just position yourself in a way where you can catch yourself, or just don't do it. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do the fun and the last part of it. So now trying to separate your toes if possible. So just separate your toes as much as you can. And we'll do it 1 foot at a time. So your right foot first. Separate the toes if you can as much. And then lifting one at a time if you can. And see what happens. So if you are able to lift the big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then putting them down one at a time. So that is a little bit trickier. So see what you can do. So have a little play. It's not something that we do often, but it's nice to see how you get on. And if you're not able to do it at all, that's fine. With practice, you will be, and then you will strengthen those toes, which would be really very helpful. I mean, we spend a lot of time in shoes, and that is also not very good. But if you walk a lot bare feet, then you will be able to do these more easily. Other foot now. Spread the toes, big toe up, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then trying to go down one at a time. See what happens. So have another go. And it's something that you can measure your own progress. And it's something well worth doing because it will help our mobility in future decades to come. And also if we do sports, this will also help us. Okay, all right. So now we'll go on to do some sun salutations. So if you would rather do any variations, please go ahead. If you want to do six-way stretch, sorry, go ahead. So we will do one modified version of sun salutation first, which would be accessible to most people, and then we will do a proper one. So coming forward towards on your mat with your feet. Some people like feet together. If you need a bit of space in between, that's okay too. Tuck the pelvis under, a little bit of room on your mat. And then just staying here for a moment. So we'll all take a big inhalation. And with the exhalation, Om One, bring the hands together at the heart center. So inhale, Om2 coming up. So you can leave your arms separate or you can leave them together. For those who are used to doing this, you can bring your arms behind the ears, or you can just go as far as you like. So up first and then back. And the weight is on the heel. So you might need to release your back a little bit. So it's not, so that your lower back is not hurting. And then exhale, coming down. Hands on the floor to either side of the feet in the same line. Let the neck hang. And bend your knees as much as you need to. So for those of you who can get your hands on the floor, go ahead. You may need to bend your knees to do that. Go ahead. And then we will come into, so right leg back, right knee on the floor, come into the equestrian pose. So come on the tip of your fingers, looking up to the ceiling. The left knee is directly above the left heel, looking up. So this is where we're going to be modifying it a little bit. So for those of you who might find the normal sun salutation challenging, so we'll go ahead and do this. So now we all go onto all fours. And then here we go into child pose with the arms in front. And then we come back forward. And then we'll do a cat-cow here. So inhale. A cow, so let the stomach drop, open the chest looking to the ceiling, and then with an exhalation, navel to spine, let the head hang. And then come back to the center. And now we're going to go into inverted V. So now we join back the sun salutation. So coming up. So coming up. You can keep your knees bent if you like. The ears are far away from the shoulders. For those of you who can get your heels towards the floor or on the floor, go ahead. Your feet are quite close together, hip distance almost, or a little bit closer. And then now, if you can get your right foot in between your hands to go ahead. Otherwise, we'll bring the left knee down first. And then we'll bring the right foot in between the hands, looking up back into equestrian pose as we did earlier on. Bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Now we're going to come back with a straight back. So straightening the back first, arms to the back. And then inhaling, using the weight of the arms and the legs, coming up first, and then back bend. And then exhale, hands to the heart center. So we'll do that one more time. So take a big inhalation. And then exhale, palms together. Inhale up, choose your arm position. Up first and then back, a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, coming down, hands by the side of each foot. Let the head hang. Bend your knees as much as you need to. If you can somehow get the palm of your hands on the floor, do so. And then inhale your left leg back, left knee on the floor. Checking your knee alignment, so right knee is directly above the right heel. Come on the tip of your fingers so that your upper back is nice and straight. If you can keep the upper back nice and straight with your palms on the floor, go ahead. But for most of us, this is not possible. And now we're going to go into all fours. We're going to go into the child pose first. And then we're going to come up, inhale into cow, looking up. Exhale, navel. So the movement starts from the base of the spine, navel to spine. And then we're going to come up into inverted V. So let the head hang, let the heel fall in the direction of the floor if they do. And now we want the left foot in between the hands. So bringing the right knee down, left foot in between the hands, equestrian pose, tip of your fingers, check the knee alignment, looking up in the direction of the ceiling. Now, curl the back toe under. You can exaggerate that movement a little bit to work your toes. And then just come back a little bit of momentum to float the back foot to the front, if that's possible. Now, flatten the back, arms back, and then coming up, back, up first, back bend, and then hands to the center and hands by your side. And now we go ahead and do a normal sun salutation. So you can stay with this one if you remember it. And now we're going to do the normal one. So inhale, exhale, Om 1, palms together. Inhale, Om 2, up, back. Om 3, down, release the neck. Om 4, right leg back, right knee on the floor, looking up. So breathe normally, but for those who are used to it, you can hold your breath. And then using an exhalation, so we are now in the plank pose. Coming down with both knees, uncurl the toes, keep the elbows in, chest down, forehead down, buttocks in the air. Slide the body into one straight line, coming up into baby cobra. So lifting just your hands, keep the feet close together, the elbows back, and then bring the hands back down. Curl your toes under, coming into inverted V. So now we need the right foot in between the hands, so you can bring the left knee down first, or just float the right foot forward, looking up, and then back foot to meet the front foot. So bending the knees, if you need to, coming up first, back bend, and then exhale to the center and exhale back. So now we're going to do left side. So inhale, exhale, Om 1, Om 2, up, back, Om 3, forward bend, Om 4, left leg back, tip of the tongue. So breathe normally, or the breath. So both legs down, one back, the other back, and bringing the arms away from you. So let's all be here, and then using an exhalation now, knees down, uncurl your toes, keep the elbows in, the buttocks in the air, bring the chest and the forehead down if you can. And then slide the body into one straight line, coming up into cobra this time. So we do cobra using your hands a little bit this time. So looking up, hands back. Shoulders back, looking in the direction of the ceiling. Using an exhalation, coming up. Inhale, left foot in between the hands. You can bring your right knee down first, tip of your fingers. Using an exhalation, bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Inhale, coming up and back. Exhale, Om 12, back to the center. And relax. Okay, so we'll do one more. And this time we're going to hold each position and breathe. So you're going to breathe, it's 3 breaths. If you want to say Om at each time, you can say Om at each time, 3 times in each position. So we'll do it together. And of course, for those who want to do the modified with a cat-cow in between, go ahead. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Stay here for 3 breaths. Om. If you want to keep your eyes closed for this one, go ahead. Inhale, so flowing the movement nicely, coming back, up first and then back. So don't go too far so that you can hold this position for 3 breaths. So Om, Om, Om 2, Om 2, Om 3, Om 3. And now exhale, coming down with an exhalation. And then we stay in this position for 3 breaths. So coming a little bit forward, moving your center of gravity a little bit forward. Now inhale, the right leg back, the right knee on the floor, tip of the fingers, and looking up. So we stay in this position for 3 breaths. Now transitioning into the plank pose. So breathe normally. So into all fours, one leg back, just lifting the other one. Bring the shoulders away from you. And here we breathe 3 breaths. If this is too strong, bring your knees on the floor. So here in the plank pose, breathing. And then bring the knees down, curl bring the toes back, and then coming down. And we stay in this position for 3 breaths if it's comfortable. If it's not, then come straight. And then now we all go straight. And now we come into cobra. So you might not want to go too far because you're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Feet on the floor if it's possible. Navel on the floor. Shoulders back, elbows close. Count your own 3 breaths. And then curl the toes under. Inverted V. Let the head hang 3 breaths here. If this is too strong, again, come on, bring your knees on the floor. Now we want to bring the right foot in between the hands, so go ahead. So we're not going to hold this position this time. So bring the back foot forward. And then bend your knees, coming up. Back bend, and then hands to prayer. So now we're going to hold on the left side. So if you need a break, please take a break. So inhale, exhale, breathe, 3 breaths here. Close your eyes, feel the meditative movement, if it feels good. And now inhale, coming up. So back bend. So you can bring your arms in any position that you like. So the weight is on the heel. And breathe in this position. So if for those of you who want to go a little bit deeper, you can. Whatever feels good for you. And then using an exhalation coming down. And we'll stay in the forward bend for a few breaths. So bringing the center of gravity forward, a little bit more towards the toes this time. And if you can, it doesn't matter where your hands are at the moment when we're holding, but just feel that stretch, the whole back of the body. And then now inhale, left leg back. Left knee on the floor, check your knee alignment, and then looking up to the ceiling. Three breaths here. And now we're going to go into the plank pose. So, or you can stay in with your knees on the floor. One leg back, other one, the upper body stays There, if this is too strong, knees on the floor. Weight is equally distributed across the hand. And then breathe and smile. So you're really enjoying this. Feeling the work in the body. Slowly bringing the knees down, uncurl the toes, and then coming down into 8-point pose. So this is 8-point pose, or it's asana, with 8 limbs on the floor. And then slide the body into one straight line, coming up into cobra. The feet are together if possible, close together. They remain on the floor if possible, looking up. So you can come to wherever is comfortable for you. For those who are used to this, you can come up a little bit more. There's not too much pressure on my hands. If I lift them up, that will still, I can still hold the pose. And then exhaling down into downward dog. Let the head hang. Three breaths here. And now we bring the left foot in between the hands, so you can bring the right knee down first. Tip of your fingers. And now we're not holding. So bringing the back foot to meet the front foot. Bend your knees if you need to, so that your back is nice and straight. Inhale, coming up and back. Exhale, hands to the center and arms by your side, and relax on the floor. So just lying down. So lying down in the Shavasana position, or if you want to sit, that's okay too, but lying down and letting your body relax. So the sun salutation sometimes get the heart rate up a little bit. So we want to get the heart rate down. So inhaling for a count of 2 and exhaling for a count of 4. So making the exhalation a little bit longer can be very helpful to get the body to relax quicker. So keeping your attention on the breath, keeping your attention here in the room for your yoga practice. So enjoying the yoga practice, bringing joy to the yoga practice. And deeply connecting with it, keeping your attention here in your body. This helps to create some nice impressions in your subconscious if we do it all the time. So this is our chance to connect more deeply with ourselves in our yoga practice. It's fun, it's enjoyable. It's calming. So exhalation longer than the inhalation. So now we will bend the knees. So we will do a the bridge pose here. So we will use 3 breaths to do the bridge pose. So bending your knees, your feet are on the floor, wherever is comfortable, not too close to the buttocks, not too far either. And the knees are kind of hip distance. Your arms are by your side, and your eyes are closed if this feels good for you. If you can't have your eyes closed, that's absolutely fine. So now pressing on the feet and lifting the buttocks, making sure that the knees stay in place. And then slowly coming down by releasing the pressure on both feet, the buttocks down. So we'll do that a few more times. So pressing on the feet first, and as you keep pressing, so we're also working the legs and the thighs. And then as we come up here, so if you are on a chair, you can just do it on a chair. You can hold the side of the chair a little bit and then just come up and down a little. So you can just adjust and come down. So now we're going to just hold the position when we come up a little bit. So come up to wherever is comfortable for you, and we will hold the position and breathe. So again, there might be a tendency for the knees to go apart. So make sure the knees stay in and hip distance all the time. If you think you've gone too far in the pose, then just back out a little bit. Breathing should be, how do you know whether you've gone too far in a pose? This is because your breathing goes a little bit faster or too much faster, then you know you're overdoing it. And this is not what the practice is about for this bit. So feeling the pressure, just feeling the tension and the weight and the work in your thighs. And of course, at any point, if things get too strong, then get out. So now with the exhalation, just come down a couple of inches, just a couple of inches. And then inhale, just go back up. Exhale down. And inhale up a little bit. So just tiny micro movement. Sometimes when we just a little bit dynamic, it helps us to hold the position a little bit more. And then slowly coming down, bringing the buttocks down. So outstretch the left leg. Bring interlace your hands around the right knee, and then coming up with an inhalation towards the right knee and breathe there. If this is not good for your neck, you can just keep your head on the floor, but just bring the knee with you. And then outstretch that leg. And now we do the other side. So bending the left knee to the nose, to the chest, and breathing here. Again, making sure that the right leg is on the floor as well. If you need to bend, that's okay. But the idea is to make sure that the hips are square. And if this is too strong for your neck, then please come down. It's not about the neck. It's about that movement of the chest and the thigh together. This is the coil pose or Pavanmuktasan, which is also the wind relieving pose. And then outstretch that leg and relax. So now we'll do one more exercise here, which is for the abdomen. So we're going to do the half boat pose. So let us bend the right knee first. The right knee foot is on the floor. The arms are by the side of the body, as if when you're walking, with the palms of your hands facing the side of the thighs or the legs. So making sure your head is nice and relaxed. And then on your next inhalation, tense everything, lift your leg a few centimeters, lift your leg up, or your head up, and look at your left toes. Holding, and then when you need to breathe out, just coming down. So don't force anything. Just when you naturally want to exhale, you come down. So inhale, head up, not too much. The arms come up as well with you. Feel the shake in the abdomen perhaps, and then coming down. So one more time, inhale up, holding so just feel the shake. When you need to breathe out, come back down. And now we're going to come up again, but this time we're going to try and breathe in this position. So hold it for as long as you can. And then relaxing. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, bending the left knee out, stretching the right leg, arms to the side, using your inhalation, coming up, leg up, looking at your toes. If you've got your eyes closed, that's fine. You just know where you're looking with your eyes closed. When you need to breathe out, come down. So feeling everywhere, tensing, feeling the work in the abdominal area. And then exhale, come down. One more time, inhale. And down. So now we're going to do 4 of these with both legs. So if you know this is a bit too strong for you, if this was already a little bit tough, then you can do 2 on each side of the legs as we've just done. But otherwise, for those of you who want to come double legs with me, so arms in the same position, and then inhale, both legs up. You might feel the shake a little bit more here. Arms are tense, the whole body is tense, and then exhale, coming down. So 2 more, inhale, up. And when you need to breathe out, coming down slowly. So 1 more, inhale, up, both legs up, and come down. And now we're going to go 4th time, and we're going to hold in, we're going to breathe and hold the position. So here we're breathing quite shallowly because we've got the whole body tense, so the air is not going in too far, just around the clavicle area. And then relax. Relaxing. And then we come up into sitting. So bringing the arms up and overhead behind us. And then we come into a sitting position. And then we're just going to do one position here, which we have done quite a bit with while standing, but we're going to do it sitting today. So bring your left arm up, looking at your left thumb. So your thumb is looking up, and then bringing the right arm up and your thumb in this. So your elbows are in the same line, your shoulder is in the same line, but then the right thumb is a little bit closer to you. So this is the bow and arrow pose. So we're going to keep our attention fixed on the left thumb. Inhale, bringing the right arm back, fixing at your target, so the bow and arrow pose. And then when you need to breathe out, come back out. So we're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, feeling really imagining that you want this bow to be taut, and back. 1 more. You can exaggerate the hand, the movement at the back as well a little bit, as long as your body is nice and straight. And then coming down and then relaxing. So this is a great exercise for strength in the upper arms, but more importantly, it is very good for focus. So now bring your right thumb up, relax the shoulders, bring the left thumb a little bit back. So keep your attention all the time fixed on your right thumb. Inhale, left, bending the left elbow, bringing the left elbow back, feeling that arrow there, and the bow is quite taut. And then coming down, coming back. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. So this is a great exercise for concentration. Inhale. And exhale, coming back down. Okay. So now we're just going to do a few of the ujjayi breath or the ocean's breath. So trying to practice this for a few moments together, getting the hang of it. So we will start with the mouth open first, and then we will close the mouth. So join me when you're ready. So we will inhale with the ho sound and then exhale with the how sound with the mouth open. Two more times. And now we'll do the same thing with the mouth shut if we can. So it's not in the nose, it's in the throat. So it also helps to regulate the thyroids. It shouldn't be too noisy. I am exaggerating the sound so you can still hear it, but it shouldn't be audible to the person next to you, especially not in this era of 2 meters apart. Okay, so then a couple more breaths. So if you've got any questions, please save them and ask me at the end. And so now getting ready for the final relaxation. So taking your time, getting ready. So we're going to do a 15-minute yoga nidra today. So make sure you're warm and so in the corpse pose, in the lying down pose, so making sure your legs are apart, your arms are apart. So lying down if that feels good for you. If you don't want to lie down, that's okay too. If you want to do it in a chair, make sure that you're resting to the back at the back of the chair. So taking a few moments to get ready. And the idea is once you're settled in your position, you want to stay still for the practice. If you do need to move, that's absolutely fine. It is a matter of doing so mindfully with total awareness. So taking a moment. In this position, the body should be straight from head to toe, the legs slightly apart, and the arms a little bit away from the body, with the palms of the hands turned upward. Adjust everything. So if you need to bend your knees, whatever you need to do, go ahead. Your position and your clothes until you're completely comfortable. During Yoga Nidra, there should be no physical movement. Close your eyes and keep them strictly closed until you're told to open them. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, feel the tension, worries, any negativities of the day flow out of you. In the practice that follows, you're going to develop the feeling of relaxation in the body. It is not necessary to make movements or relax your muscles deliberately. Simply mentally develop that feeling of relaxation. It is the feeling you have just before sleep. When relaxation becomes deep, sleep does come, but you should try to keep completely awake. This is important. And if you do fall asleep, it's not the end of the world. It's not a problem either. To get the most benefit of the practice, we try and stay awake if our body allows. During Yoga Nidra, we're functioning on the level of hearing and awareness. And the only important thing is to follow the voice of the instructor. You must not try to analyze the instructions, as this will disturb your mental relaxation. Simply follow the voice with total attention and feeling. And if thoughts come to disturb you from time to time, do not worry. Just join in whenever you notice. Now bring about a feeling of inner relaxation in the whole body. Concentrate on the body and become aware of the importance of complete stillness. Develop your awareness of the body from the top of the head to the tip of the toes. Complete stillness, complete awareness of the body. The whole body, the awareness of the whole body. Become aware of the fact that you're going to practice Yoga Nidra. Say mentally to yourself, I am aware. I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. At this moment, you should think of your resolve if you have one. If you do not have one, that's okay. You can use the following. I am feeling grounded and confident. So a resolve is a short, positive statement in simple language, and you state it 3 times with awareness, feeling, and emphasis. The resolve you make during Yoga Nidra is bound to come true in your life. We now begin rotation of consciousness, rotation of awareness, by taking a trip through the different parts of the body. As quickly as possible, the awareness is to go from part to part. Repeat the part in your mind and simultaneously become aware of that part of the body. Keep yourself alert, but do not concentrate too intensely. Become aware of the right hand. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hands. Become aware of your palms, back of the hands, the wrist, the lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, the right waist, right hip, right thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, the left waist, the left hip, the left thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscle, ankle, the heel, the sole of the left foot, the top of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now to the back. Become aware of the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock, spine, the whole back together. Now go to the top of the head, forehead, both sides of the head, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, space between eyebrows, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, the nose, tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, the chin, the throat, the right chest, the left chest, the middle of the chest, the navel, the abdomen, the whole of the right leg, the whole of the left leg, both legs together, the whole of the right arm, the whole of the left arm, both arms together, the whole of the back, buttocks, spine, shoulder blades, the whole of the front, abdomen, chest, the whole of the back and front together, the whole of the head, the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. Now, become aware of your breath. Feel the inflow and outflow of your breath, in and out of the nostrils. Do not try to change the rhythm of the breath. Simply observe the breath. Maintain awareness of your breath. Complete awareness of your breath. The breath is slow and relaxed. Now, we'll go to awareness on sensations in the body. Awaken the feeling of heaviness in the body. The feeling of heaviness. Become aware of heaviness in every single part of the body. You're feeling so heavy that you're sinking into the floor. Awareness of heaviness. Awareness of heaviness. Awaken the feeling of lightness. Awaken the feeling of lightness, the sensation of lightness and weightlessness in all parts of the body. Your body feels so light that it seems to be floating away from the floor. Awareness of lightness. The experience of cold. Awaken the experience of bitter cold in the body. Imagine you're walking on cold floor in winter. Your feet feel very cold. You feel cold all over. Awareness of coldness. Awareness of coldness. Awaken the sensation of heat. Awaken the experience of heat. The whole body is hot. The whole body is hot. You feel hot all over. Recollect that feeling of heat in the summer when you're out in the sun with no shade. Heat all over the body. Heat all around the body. Awareness of heat. The experience of pain. Concentrate and try to remember the experience of pain. Any pain you have experienced in your life, mental, physical, recollect that feeling of pain. Recollect the feeling of pleasure, any kind of pleasure, mental or physical. Recollect this feeling and relive it, make it vivid. Awaken the feeling of pleasure. To check that you are awake. And now, imagine yourself in a park in the early morning. The sun has not risen and the park is deserted. Except for yourself. It is a beautiful park, calm and peaceful. Walk across the springy grass. Listen to the birds whistle and call as they welcome in the new day. There are gardens of flowers, roses, pink, yellow, red, purple. Smell their fragrance and see the early morning dewdrops on their petals. Nearby the rose garden is a fish pond. Goldfish swim in and out amongst the water lilies. See their graceful movements. You walk between the trees, the beautiful trees, bare trees, and trees with leaves, wide spreading trees, and tall stately trees. There is a clearing between the trees. In the clearing is a small temple with an aura of light around it. Go to the door. It is cool and dim inside. Inside on the walls, there are pictures of great saints. You sit down on the wall, on the floor, close your eyes and become still. A sense of deep peace and harmony envelops you as the sounds outside fade into the distance. Continue your awareness of meditation inside the temple, feeling that peace and harmony pervading. Now, remember your resolve, repeating the same resolve you made at the beginning of the practice, using the same words with the same attitude. Repeat your resolve 3 times clearly with feeling and emphasis. Become aware of your natural breathing, become aware of your natural breathing. And start to feel your toes, bringing a little bit of movement to the toes, and to the hands, and gently waking up the body, moving in an intuitive way. If you need to yawn, whatever movements the body invites you to do. And then after a while, you can come onto one side of the body first, just lying on the side of your body. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now closed. So you can keep your eyes closed if you like, and then come up into a sitting position when you're ready. And you can bring your hands in prayer position if you like, or on your knees or in your lap, whatever you feel like. We will finish with the sound of Om and a few affirmations. So join me when you're ready. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, which means may the entire universe be filled with love, light, peace, and joy. With our hands at our heart, for the purity of the heart, we bring our hands to our mouth for the clarity of the speech. We bring our hands to our forehead for the clarity and the peace of the mind. And thank you very much for joining me today.